The budget-making process gives citizens the opportunity to influence mobilization, allocation, and proper use of public money. In the case of Kenya, budgets are made both at the national and county levels. County budget is a yearly plan on how the county government would spend money it receives from the national government and any other income to run its activities and offer services to its people. Why should citizens participate in the budget-making process? The law also requires citizens to be involved in the budget-making process. This will ensure their interests and priorities are captured and will be implemented during the budget period. Participation also promotes accountability since citizens are aware of what ought to be done. Lastly, citizen involvement promotes democracy by ensuring the voice of the citizen is heard. How does the budget process look like? Kenya's budgeting period falls within its financial year. In order for citizens to participate effectively in the budget-making process, they must understand the budget cycle. It contains 4 major stages. The first stage is the formulation stage, also known as the planning stage. In this stage, the government identifies its spending priorities and budget estimates. This is conducted by the executive arm of government, both at national and county level. This is a very consultative stage which involves public forums where citizens attend and give feedback on the proposed budgets. The feedback from citizens helps to determine how the final budget will look like. The County Executive Committee member for Finance is required by the Public Finance Management Act to issue guidelines on the budget process by the 30th day of August every year. The guideline that comes in form of a circular to all county government departments must contain, among other things, 1. The timetable for the budget preparation. 2. The review formula, revenues and expenditures projections. 3. Key plans and issues to be considered in the budget. 4. How public participation would be carried out and the format for submitting the budget recommendations and proposal issues. By the first day of September, the Annual Development Plan (ADP) must be tabled at the County Assembly and made public within 7 days. The plan is a 1-year extract of the 5-year County Integrated Development Plan (CIDP), which outlines activities or projects to be prioritized by the county government during the next financial year. By the 28th of February, the county fiscal strategy paper must be tabled in the Assembly, and thereafter the county treasury makes it public within 7 days. Citizens have 14 days after February 28th to study and give their views on proposed budget. Key components of the CFSP are performance, priorities, projections, and ceilings. The second stage is the approval stage. This happens at the County Assembly. The legislative bodies debate on the proposed budgets and pass it into law with or without making any changes. During this process, citizens can also participate through their elected members. Citizens can make submissions and petitions to Parliament or the County Assembly on the budget. Once public views on the proposed county budget have been collected and considered by the relevant committee of the Assembly, the county budget estimate is entabled in the Assembly by 30th of April. The estimates are then sent to the departmental committees of the Assembly in line with their respective functions. The committees must present their reports to the Budget and Appropriations Committee within 21 days. In mid-May, and after receiving reports from the respective committees, the Budget and Appropriations Committee carries out public hearings to take into account public representations on the budget before tabling its report on the estimated budget to the Assembly for approval. In mid-June, the budget highlights and measures to raise money are read in the County Assembly by the County Executive Committee member for Finance. At this point, the Finance Bill and other revenue-related bills are introduced in the Assembly for debate, consideration, and approval. By the end of June each year, the County Assembly must approve the County Appropriations Bill. The passage of the County Appropriations Bill into law gives the county government the authority to spend money in line with its budget at the start of the financial year. The third stage is the implementation stage. During this stage, the executive implements the projects in the budget. Citizens also have a role in this process by oversighting implementation of the projects. The law requires county governments to develop implementation reports at the end of every quarter. These reports are critical in making follow-ups as to how funds are being utilized. The last stage is the audit stage. This is carried out by the Auditor General. It involves conducting an audit to ascertain whether or not the budget was properly implemented and the funds used in accordance with the law and the budget. After the audit, an audit report is released, which is accessible to the public. By 31st of December, the Auditor General must have produced and published county audit reports on the previous financial year. It is a constitutional requirement that the report be submitted 6 months after the end of the financial year. All these processes are very important and citizens need to get involved throughout. What are the key budget documents? Some of the key budget documents include the County Integrated Development Plan (CIDP), the County Annual Development Plan (ADP), the County Budget Review and Outlook Paper (CBROP), the County Fiscal Strategy Paper, and approved budget. To know more about the budget-making process and the role of citizens, visit the Transparency International Kenya website www.tikenya.org and search Budget Making in Kenya.